Hello everybody, it's December 31st, and on December 30th, me and my family stopped in Uranus to get some packed fudge on the way back from St. Louis, where we went to just have some fun. But this is some pictures of Uranus, Missouri, where they pack a lot of fudge. But I've been there, I've been by it a lot of times, and there's their newspaper to show that's the original place. But then we did bench today. First, I did warm-ups with tricep extensions, 40 pounds for 4 sets of 25 reps, dumbbell bench, 15 pounds for 25 reps, and inverted row, 40 pounds for 25 reps, 4 sets. And then after that, we did speed benches pretty much. Again, it's bench 50% of max for 3 sets of 8, which will come out to 175 pounds for today. But I've never been able to watch my peaking cycle. I've never filmed one to see what I was doing wrong. I had someone to tell me what was going on. Then you have to try to think about it. But seeing this from the last bench, I seen my head was moving around and I wasn't tucking my shoulders good or my elbows in close enough so you can kind of rest them on your lats and get some spring off of your lats on the bottom of the bench. But so on today's bench, since it's a lighter weight, I really worked on my form, trying to get my elbows in the right place and keep my head down so you don't get disqualified for lifting your head. But then, of course, I worked on speed at the same time with those. But speed second, mostly form first. But here I'm doing just warming up my pecs with the 15-pound dumbbells, like I said, for 25 reps. But I think doing the 4 sets, so 100 repetitions of each of these works really good for keeping you building some volume into your workouts. So yeah, you don't get so tired at a powerlifting meet, because by the end of them you feel like you've been beat up because it lasts all day. So just getting the volume in there just beforehand may make you a little bit weaker for the lifts you're doing today, but I think in the long run it pays off. But here's the 175 from this ankle. I was working on tucking my elbows, and it still seemed like it was out a little bit far on this set for me. I want to get them tucked in more, but you can see right there, I want them tucked in more. They start widening out, so I need to work on that still some more. But just really trying to explode up with the weight and really control it on the way down, though. But yeah, you can see I'm trying to tuck my elbows in, but it's already at the bottom. I need to tuck them in more on the way down. But just getting, while it's lighter weight, getting your technique honed in perfect is good. Because once you get heavier weight, you're not going to be able to work on your technique much. You have to deal with what you got. But here, it's kind of a shadow, but it looks like I've got them tucked in way better. And on these, I don't wear any those. I have real light elbow pads. They barely just touch your skin, just to help keep my elbows warm. But for the bench on these, I don't wear none because I'm not allowed to wear any in a competition. But on my other lifts, you'll see I wear them some elbow pads or sleeves, whatever you want to call them. They're real. They're only 4 inches and they're real. Don't fit very tight, but keep my elbows warm, because some of the way it'll do just keep your elbows fresh for when it starts getting heavier. But I can see my head is planted and staying good this time. It lifted a little bit there, but not too bad. When you're trying to explode this light weight so hard, sometimes your head will come up, but it's way better than last time. Now, this is my 3rd set of dumbbell presses. Like I said, we went 72 for 10, 92 for 10, and then 102 for 10. This is the 102, the last one for 10. I showed one just for time constraints, but mostly I was just working on getting good stretch with these, getting down as far as I can and pressing up. Not as hard as I can, but pretty fast. Those dumbbells are just so long, they're kind of awkward. And then here, this is the dumbbell flies. It's the last set of 3 on them too. I did 30 for 10, 42 for 10, and 45 for 10. This is the 45 for 10. On these, really just control the weight down and control it up, just working on a stretch, because if you try to go fast on the way down or fast on the way up, you're really risking popping a tendon or something on these, especially once you start getting heavier. This is fairly light still, because you're doing 3 sets of, well, 1 set of 10 with this, but the 3 sets total. So now this is shoulder press, and once again, this is the last set. I went 45, 62, and then 67 pounds. And this is the 67 pounds for 10 reps. Just went down and tried to pause on my shoulders, then explode up. Once again, just trying to get that good stretch and pause and as much of an explosion as you can with the odd shape of these dumbbells. But they're so long. But now here's a close grip bench. I did the one from the back. This is also the last set on close grip bench. We did 150 for 10, 155 for 10, then 165 for 10. This is the 165 for 10. And once again, just brought it down, rest it on your chest, and try to explode up as hard as you can. Like I said, this is still fairly light, so you're just really working on technique and explosion still. But my head, I think, came up a little bit, but not too bad on these. There, it came up more than you'd want, but just have to keep working on that. Now these are like lying tricep extensions. If you set them on your hips, or not your hips, but your shoulder, and roll your shoulders out, then you can kind of use some momentum to help get the heavy weight up, just to really build your triceps up and press that heavy weights. It's kind of a cheating, but it works. You can roll them all the ways down, but it starts to hurt my elbows, so on the way down I kind of cheat it and come down, then roll them. But if you can go all the ways down without them and then roll up, that's the better. But my elbows start hurting a lot, and you want them for the extension of the movement. This part right there, anyhow, is the most important part to build the bench, so that's what we did. And then the last thing is 3 sets of hangs, and on them I counted to 60 on each set. But that's the week 2, day 2 of the bench of my 12-week peaking block. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.